Good afternoon. This is Andy, and he lives in Daventry. Andy Ibbott, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Very, very well. Thank you so much for inviting me along. I'm more than happy answering many questions you got. And hell, let's go.
Oh, great. Okay. Well, let's start right at the very beginning of your stroke story. When did you have your stroke, and how old were you?
It was March 2011. I was 46. I was taken to hospital, but actually I went to see the doctor. The doctor transferred me to Northampton. They had a look at it. They were, this seems all right. We'll transfer you to Oxford, which I was like, a bit strange. Oh well. I met the Professor Linda Hands, and she looked at the MRI scan, and she said, "Look, it's there. It's a little bit like that. It should be an hour and a half, and you should be back on the road within a couple of days."
So this was a routine operation you went into Oxford for?
Yep.
A little lump in your
In my
carotid.
throat. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was. So you were just going in to have this little pea-sized lump removed. That's what you thought.
That was and that was what the professor had thought as well. She we got prepped, blah blah blah, and I'm on the operating table. I'm half conscious, half awake with this operation.
All right.
Because they told me it's no worries, it's no pain at all. And then the pain got considerably worse. Now I had 30 years up till martial arts. I've been doing martial arts until 30 years. And this pain is like something I could not describe. Couldn't describe it. I don't know.
Right.
All I know is it was pain. So I told her
Unbearable.
Yeah, I told the anaesthetist. I said, "Look, mate, I can kick you through that door, no problem at all. But I am starting to deal with this pain." And he said, "Well, look, give it a minute or so. It will pass. We'll be okay." And whatever it might have been a minute there, it might have been 2 hours, 10 hours, I have no idea. And I woke up again and I said, "I really do need you to put me under." Okay, all the office furniture, shall we say, I moved around and I went to sleep. And that was as much as I know from there until 10 days later, I woke up not in the ICU, in the recovery ward.
Wow. So you went in for a very simple, everyday operation and ended up being anaesthetized and then waking up 10 days later. Wow.
There's only one thing I can remember. Rob, my best friend, had a hold of me at some point, and he told me to squeeze his hand, which I did. Apparently, he asked for it twice, but I only remember the once. And he's right. We've got that. We're going to fight for it. And I don't know whether I was conscious mentis or whatever I could, but that certainly turned me around. But it didn't turn me around enough.
Right. Did you have were you on a ventilator?
I honestly couldn't tell you.
Can't tell. No.
I could be wired up with all manner of goods, and I won't be able to tell you. The first I recall is being in the room. Recovery is a question, really, but I knew when I arrived that the nurses and my ex-wife Donna, all the people came along to see me, but I knew then I couldn't move my right hand side, so I knew something was up.
And your speech?
Ah, yes, my speech was flowing. Is what lovely it was, but only I could understand it. All you could get from me was yes, no, and a swear word. Yeah, my speech is taken, well, where it is now is about 80% there. I think it's pretty good, but it's taken a long, long time to get there.
Yeah.
It really has.
So, well, before we started recording, we did talk about how long we've actually known each other, and it is remarkable to me how much you have improved. And I know it's taken you 9 years, but you are so understandable now, because I know you struggled so much in the beginning, and yeah.
Well, when I struggled, I got a year out of hospital, and I was watching a telly program, something, I don't know what it was. I remembered at that time, I called Donna to me. I said, get me a knife for the kitchen. I'm just about to end it.
Wow.
I'm fed up with this. Can't do it anymore. Get me a knife. I'll cut my wrists and I'll be gone.
Yeah.
And that was the lowest of the low. The only thing that would have bettered me on that was had I been given the knife, I would have cut my wrist. That's for sure.
You just felt
But
so.
from there, Donna said to me, "You're not doing that. We can go fight upwards." And since then, I've done nothing but fight. Every single time, nothing but fight. And I've fought a hell of a lot.
Yes, you have. You certainly have. That's definite, yes. I can't wait to get onto the bits where I ask you about what you've been up to, because I think we could be here all day with all your activities over the last 9 years. Now, everybody I've talked to has had different experiences since lockdown. Some people have loved it because they've been released from having to mix with people. Other people have hated it. How do you feel about lockdown?
Well, when lockdown was on the telly, on the radio, it was being produced, my ex-wife Donna rang me up and said, "You come and stay with us because we will look after you. No hassle, no nothing. Just come and be with us till lockdown." And I had to explain, that was my ex-wife, her boyfriend, and my 2 kids, Alfie and Kit, to stay around their house for however lockdown was. And yes, it took me a little bit of a struggle to take it, but in the end, I was best there because there were 2 adults and 2 very young men could protect me. So I prefer lockdown as being, it's okay. Yeah. I wouldn't say I hated it, because I didn't, but I wouldn't say I enjoyed it either, because I was out of my realm, shall we say.
Yeah. Are you home now?
I'm now back in home in Daventry, all in the flat. It's all very, very calm, very, very nice, but there's nobody here.
That's the pros and cons, isn't it, of a constant company or peace and quiet.
Yeah, but with peace and quiet, people would say, "Well, what are you doing?" I'm a student at university, so I'm studying sport and exercise. I've come up next year, I start in October, it will be my final year, but I might take the year out. I'll explain why in a later.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. You mentioned your boys. Are they too old for home schooling? Have they got past that, or?
One is Kit is 20, and he's studying photography and dance. Alfie's just about 17.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he's taking a degree in. I've got it in my head. Hold on. No, it won't come out. I can hear it up here, but I can't say it down here.
Right.
It's like the land and the trees and everything.
Oh, geography?
Thank you. That's the one. That's the one
Oh.
sitting in my head, but won't come out. Yes, it's geography. He's taking A-level in geography, and he may take a degree. I don't know yet.
Right.
We will find out. We've got to get over this year yet.
Mm.
We'll
Yeah,
see.
I know one of my friend's daughter wants to go to university, but she also wants the experience. So she doesn't want to go this year because nobody's allowed to stay. She'd have to go from home and a lot of remote learning. So she's deferring for a year. So
yeah, it's a very strange thing. It is very strange.
Yeah, it is. It's weird, isn't it? It is. When you're I know you're a busy man, and I'm sure you're going to tell me. Does fatigue still have a major effect on you, or any effect on you?
Well, no is the answer. And yet I'll get to 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I'll have a snooze for about 20 minutes and then I'll be all right again. So no is my man answer, but realistically, I've got to give 10, 15 minutes a day.
Right, you know your limits, and
yeah, but I don't sleep very well. I don't sleep like you should do. I mean, I should be looking at 8 hours. I'm normally guessing about not 7, 4 hours, 5 hours sleep a night.
is that since lockdown, or?
That's been since I recovered from the operation about 2 years in. I've just been getting less and less.
All right.
Don't know why. Ho hum.
Yeah.
Bum.
Yeah. I forgot to ask you, how long were you in hospital and rehabilitation following the stroke?
It seems to be, I have to check with Donna, but I kind of work it as 6 months, but Donna says it was 4 months. So we go with Donna.
Right, okay.
I say it's 6 months, but she says it's 4. We'll argue the toss about that.
And was that in Oxford, or did they move you back?
No, in Oxford initially, and she managed to get me transferred to Northampton. And Northampton had a really good stroke ability, so they were a really good place for me to be.
Okay.
It was like it was Oxford for the main operation. That was really, really good. But then transferring me over to Northampton was even better.
For your rehabilitation, and
yeah,
that's brilliant. Did you have a lot of input from physiotherapists?
Yeah, during the time in hospital, and I came out about 6 months after hospital. We would get what's her name? You guys know her, and so do I, but I can't remember her name.
What, the name of the physiotherapist or her occupation?
A bit of both, I'd get.
Speech and language therapy?
Yes.
Occupational therapy?
Or speech and language, because I couldn't speak. when I came out of the hospital. So we had her coming around once a week. And then we got transferred to NHS, which was poor, was the hospital came out and they said, you'll walk with a stick and there you go. And that's it.
Right.
And we went then to physio function and got in there, and there was really good. John was really, really good.
Yeah, I know you're good friends with John.
Yes,
And,
yes, we've been to Paris.
Yeah,
and we've been across the Sahara Desert.
yeah, I remember you cycling on a tandem.
Indeed.
To raise money, didn't you, for different strokes?
Yep, yep.
And then you've done the marathon.
Marathon de Sable.
That's right.
7 marathons in 6 days in the Sahara.
Crazy man, I think.
Yes.
It was great watching you on the videos, but
yeah.
Oh, well done.
All that's recovered from me has got stronger on my left side, and the speech is coming along.
Yeah, yeah. Now, I know from my own personal experience, the more time I have, the less I seem to do. But what about you? All this time that you've had at home, what are the kind of things you've done to keep yourself busy?
Well, up until the virus, shall we say, hit the streets, I was still going to university, had a lot to go in, and then we had to shift our if you like, our communication had to be done by video.
Mm.
So I've done that. I've got 3 assignments left to do, one of which I'm working with here, and the other 2 are coming tomorrow and Thursday. But as well as that, I got the chance to
Shameless plug there.
Yes, shameless plug. Shameless plug. But that involved me going to work at MotoGP, going to interview the riders, ask them what they did about this, what they did about that. Some of them will be really specific, others won't have a clue. There are 2 different types of rider, one who knows and one who doesn't. I mean, they're both as fast as each other. And then about 5 weeks ago, I was listening to Jamie McAllister, and he was saying I was supposed to go to a trip it's been postponed now, blah blah blah. And I said, what trip are you going? I'm doing Everest Base Camp. I fancy another person then. Well, you can't use your right arm or your right leg. I know, but you can't use your legs. So what's the difference? So we are going out in March in 2021.
Okay.
To go out there and to raise money. I'm riding for Riders for Health, who are a big they're an operation in Africa, where they're getting all the local boys, local girls, local people riding bikes and helping people out. So
you're going to walk all the way up to Everest Base Camp?
2,400 feet. No, that's not right. 2,400 feet. That's not right.
Meters?
No, it's. Hold on. I'll write it down for you. It's
okay.
Right. Hold on.
That's amazing. But you will be in a team. There'll be people helping.
All right. 2,400.
1,000 feet.
Thank you.
Wow.
Now that is the, as you get planes going overhead over here, that's the distance that they'll travel at.
Wow.
To reach the top of Everest, you've got another 4, 5, 6, 7,000 feet to reach the peak.
Wow.
So it's pretty hard.
Like, knowing you as I do, I guess you're already in training for that, are you?
Yep, I'm already. I did yesterday. I did. No, sorry. Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. I did. 10 miles. 10 miles.
Wow.
Up here, they've got a big hill. It's about, say, 500 feet, which isn't a lot, but it's all I've got here, and some of it is like that. So it's quite a task, but we did it.
Well, I guess when you go, you'll do it in stages so that you
Because
acclimatise.
if we look at in meters per second, it's quite a way, but it will still only take us 3 or 4 or 5 days to get there, and same coming back.
Have you had to pass a medical to be able to?
I will have to, but that will be the same as the MDS. That'll be fine, no problem at all.
Right. Okay. And what medication?
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Well, they let you run across the desert, so
yeah.
with no water and no supplies. So
that was terrible. There'll be Sherpas with us to go across the mountainous terrain. So although we won't be as, you see, you haven't got the extreme weather as you has in the Sahara, but the higher up we go, we'll start to lose oxygen. There's all sorts of things.
Are you on any medication that would
No, absolutely not
interfere with that?
No. I do not take any medication ever. The only time I've taken any medication was I had this flared up on me once. I had to take some painkillers because I could not move my neck. I couldn't move it, but I got that. Let's say it was 10 days worth. I got 5 and threw it away. Okay. So no is the real answer to no.
Right. Is that something that you've decided on your own, or did you?
Yes.
Something with the GP?
No, I've decided on my own.
You've decided on your own.
I like Jerry, who's passed away. He used to take 5 tablets a day.
Or at least, yeah.
I can't be doing with that.
No.
I'm not doing it. No. Sorry.
Well, you obviously don't need it.
Probably not.
You haven't got high blood pressure or diabetes.
No, I've got, my blood pressure is down to 58, which isn't bad. It was lower when I was fully fit, as in my right hand side worked. It's fairly fit for a who's not there.
If I remember rightly, it's broken bones that you tend to suffer from.
Yeah, I've got 27 broken bones.
Yes, I thought you had quite a history of fractures in different places. It's the joy of coming off a motorbike, isn't it?
Oh, that's easy.
It goes with the territory.
Exactly.
Yeah. Do you still have any regular input from physiotherapy or speech and language? Do you have any?
Do it all myself.
Yeah.
And if I've come across a word I can't say anything, rather than took it away, I would choose an alternative. So if somebody said to me, I don't know, you can't jump, I'll turn and say, yes, I can. You know,
Yeah.
I will try anything people will throw at me. You know, people say, you going where? You're going to Everest? Climb up? Yeah. I wouldn't do that. I'm fully fit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm not. I will do it.
Yeah. They obviously
So
haven't met you and your determination. Or is it stubbornness? Which
I think it's more stubbornness than anything else.
yeah, I think it's brilliant. Yeah. One of the other questions that we ask everybody is, have you had any contact with our community groups, for instance?
What do you mean? Go and see them?
Well, have you attended different strokes,
Yeah,
Northampton?
yes. Yeah, I've been the one in Northampton. We used to be in a Tuesday and no, sorry, Monday and a Thursday. Thursday was always a busy bit. Monday was every 2 weeks, and that was through people who can't speak. We call that aphasia, and aphasia comes with 7, or I'll say 8 different phases, and they can go from 1, which is no speak at all, to 7, which is my speak, and all the points in between. And people they can talk to you, and then some will slur, some won't say, some won't say anything, but they all have the same glint in their eye. They can tell you. They can tell. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the understanding, is it, at all? It's
No, I mean, when my wife was told that I had a stroke, she said, "All right, he'll be right. One side, the other, he'll be fine." Yeah, and he has aphasia. What's that? Everybody says, "What's that?" And you explain to them, and they go, "Crikey, that as well." Yeah, and you have to explain to them what aphasia is.
yeah, I think a third of all people who suffer a stroke have aphasia to some degree,
Yeah.
even if it is just for the first week.
Yeah.
I was so lucky, or my husband was so unlucky. Because even though I had a very dense right-sided stroke, I only got slurred speech probably for about a week.
Yeah.
I never actually lost my speech.
Mm.
It just goes to show how we're all
It depends. It depends.
so different.
Mine wasn't an original stroke as such. It was cutting the vein. Most people have got 4 veins go to the head. Well, she's cut one out, so I've only got 3 veins. So.
All right, so the carotid artery has been completely removed.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I have 3 veins going to my head instead of 4.
Right.
So from here to about there, they took the artery out.
Wow. All right. So I've known you all these years, and I've never known that. I knew there was damage done to you during the operation, but I didn't know that they ended up removing it entirely.
Yeah.
I suppose if it's not there, it can't cause you any more trouble.
Well, apart from that half side of the brain went, so I had to work with this side of the brain.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah. And yet, this is the brain. This is the brain that works, and yet this side is buggered.
Yeah.
There we go.
It is weird how the left-hand side of your brain controls the right side.
And the right control.
It's a bit of seems to be a bit of a design fault somewhere, doesn't it? Somewhere.
Probably was, yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. So we've talked about you training to walk up to Everest, rewriting your motorcycling book. Do you actually get on a motorbike? Is it possible for you to ride a motorbike?
Yep. if it's been because I can't use the right hand, I have to have everything transferred to the left, and that's it.
Oh, okay.
It's once, you can have it as an automatic, but I prefer it with a clutch on that side, so I can pull away and brake and do all that. Yes.
And an ordinary bike, or is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
People wouldn't know unless they looked and saw we got the throttle on the left hand.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I drive an adapted car.
So
I
do I.
drive the automatic car with my left foot.
So am I. Yeah.
So of course they can do that for a car. They can do that for a bike. Yeah.
They can.
Because what are you still in the world of motorcycling? Do you still?
Well, I didn't think I was, but when this came out, I saw. Let's see, it was part of our project at university, and I said I'll re-release that. I'll do it again, and I expected no more than 50 sales in the month. Well, I've got 200, and it's only their second week.
Wow.
They all seem to know who Andy Ibbott is.
Right.
Oh no!
I didn't know I knew a celebrity.
No, nor did I. But then when I went to the Grand Prix, I'm talking to all these riders, and they all knew me. So we just have to. I have to be careful with what I say, because sometimes the words just don't come out. I have to use something else. So
yeah,
it's hard. I mean, particularly you're speaking to somebody in Spain. He's Italian. He speaks Italian with an English flower, and
when English is their second language. Yes.
Yeah, and the normal language, they'll talk to me, blah blah blah. But I'm having to take two voice recorders with me, because I haven't got enough hand to write quickly. I can do it with my right hand, but that doesn't work anymore. So I take two microphones in case I forget to one of them to get it active whilst I'm doing the interview.
Do you not have any movement in your right hand at all?
No.
No, it's never responded to you.
It can be across my stomach, if you like. My arm takes 90 degrees, and when I was relaxed, it's down by my leg, taking 180 degrees. But it won't anything in between that's gone.
Right.
Hey, listen.
Yeah.
Hey, who knows?
No, I'm not being despondent.
No, not at all. Not at all. You know, our leg, it seems fine, but only lift about half a foot.
Yeah.
And that's it.
And I know for your leg, you have tried different. What's the electrical stimulation? Haven't you? FES.
Yeah, and with our arm as well, but no joy.
Yeah.
But it was a try. It goes. So yeah, it's knackered. So with it, maybe some surgeon out there who's got a thing that you can put, but I don't try having things put on my arm. But it would be much better if we could just do that again.
A time machine.
Yeah, indeed.
Time travel back. But you have got a super duper device that you put on over your training shoe. I think I've seen.
Yes, I have.
Don't you?
Yeah. In fact, just one moment. Right, we've got two, right?
Wow.
One is this one, which is put around my ankle and my leg and up the back of my leg, Turbo Med. That means instead of the foot dropping like that, it actually does that. So that's good. But the problem with it is, it only works on that much ankle.
Right.
Okay. But
that's Turbo Med.
Yeah, Turbo Med. And this one is a pair of boots, and it covers the ankle, and this is just as bad, as good, but it doesn't cover the leg all the time.
Right.
But this one does have problems, as in, well, in fact, on Sunday I was walking around, mind my own business, and boom, down I go. And I get that at least once a month.
Is that your
Whether
ankle?
it be
or...
the shoe, the boot, or with the shoe.
Right.
It doesn't make any difference.
Is that because your ankle gives way, or is it your knee?
I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. It's got to be something
you don't drink,
with my foot.
so it's not a drink, is it?
Oh no! I don't drink. Never have done. I've had my last drop of ale was when I was 17.
Wow.
And I haven't.
You don't like it, do you?
Any since then.
No. Good man.
I got invited to an awful lot of parties though.
What, when you had a car?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant. Is there anything else you can think of that you are looking forward to once lockdown's been properly lifted?
Once it's properly lifted, I'll go to Wales and go try some of the mountains out there. I am looking to go to Everest. That's less than a year away already. I'll come off of that. I'll then do triathlons. I'll be given a chance. You can ride a bike. I've done that. You can walk. Done that. You can swim. Right. So that's I've got to learn. I can swim about 25 meters, but I need to learn to swim properly.
Right.
And we'll try that one next.
Yes, it's funny that, isn't it? Because I watched the Paralympics, and people who've got no arms and legs are swimming. I've still got one functioning arm and one leg, and I sink. So I don't understand.
Well, you give it a go. I've got everything you've got. You've got to have a life with everything. And my first is to get the Everest out of the way. Then I'll go triathlon swimming. And by then it should have cleared up, and it should be. Yeah. It's the second year, so it should be something or other.
Celebrate your 10th anniversary on Everest at
Yes,
base camp.
That's it'll be 2 months gone, as we've gone past the 10 years, but yeah,
it's a good year.
Oh my God.
Oh, well, thank you, Andy.
That's okay.
I think I've really enjoyed talking to you and catching up with you, and I wish you good luck with your training, and we want to see lots of photographs of you at Everest Base Camp. Well,
I haven't yet set up the charity account. They'll be done by next week, but sure, and I'll pop you down and give it a go.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, goodbye.
All right.
Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.